What up, gents? Welcome to TSG Uncut. I'm your host, Sean C. Thank you for being here this evening. I got some things to talk about. Tonight, I got some things that I feel like I got to get off my chest, okay? What happened is the reason why, I set up the show the way I did, the way you see the title and the thumbnail. Basically, I believe that men, particularly black men, are focused on the wrong things. And we're going to talk about what men should be doing instead. Now, listen, you saw the fire in my eyes on that thumbnail. I got some things to talk about, okay? I got some things tonight I got to get off my chest. And listen, I'm going to say some things tonight that's going to be a little controversial than what I normally speak because I usually try to be balanced. But I'm going to say some things that I think need to be heard. I think some of you guys need to hear this truth, this uncomfortable truth. And if there are any women who are watching, you guys need to hear this too. Okay? Because I'm going to tell you right now, I am absolutely sick and tired of some of the things that I'm hearing, some of the things that I'm seeing. So we're going to talk about, I'm about to go in on some of the things that I'm hearing and seeing. And you got to think, guys, you guys are really doing a great job blowing up this channel. And as that happens, I'm starting to read more and more of you guys' comments, and I'm starting to read more and more of these women who come in here hating and not understanding the purpose of what TSG Uncut is about. So we're going to discuss all of this tonight, right? Um, Let me first say that you guys are absolutely focused on the wrong things right now. You guys are so worried about the single, independent, modern women. I mean, to some of you guys are absolutely foaming and upset about it. And I get it, but I'll get back to why I get it in a second. You guys are actually mad at these women. Some of you guys are bitter at these women. But I get it. But like I said in the beginning, you guys are focused on the wrong things. See, what's so wrong with that woman being single, independent? I don't need no man. I'm good on my own. Men aren't good for anything. What's wrong with a woman saying all that? I mean, really, why would you be upset at that? Why wouldn't you be, as a man, happy for a woman who feels that way, who's doing her own thing, who don't need you, who don't need me? You should be absolutely and utterly happy for those women because they are doing it on their own. They are doing it without you and without me. We should be praising them for it. We should be praising them for their ability to be able to go out, be liberated, be free, to be able to romp, and scallywag with whoever they want to, just like you and me. We should be happy for that. We should appreciate it. We should love them even more for it. Listen, man, I realize, gents, that the reason why we continue to come back to these topics and subjects, because we as men understand that as much as we could go off in the forest and we can go off and do things by ourselves, we can go off and forage and build. And, would it be nice to have some companionship? Probably. But men could go off in the woods and do that and just grow a beard, be grizzly, live off of the land, ain't nobody bothering him. Guys can go off and do that type of thing. But what most socialized men understand is that built into the pie, so to speak, is our need to have women, our need for them. Now, there are guys that I've heard in the comments say, man, we don't need them either. And that's not true. Because if it was true, then you wouldn't click on this channel. You wouldn't watch some of the things I'm telling you about or that I show you guys. I show you this. I show these things on TSG Uncut because I want to make men aware of what they're out and up against. I'm going to start off this show before I really get into what some of the things I'm going to say by saying that I am fully for men who do the work on themselves, who are on their grind, who do on their purpose, who are moving with purpose. I fully stand by that. And if you've been here or rocked with me on this channel, you know since day one, through multiple iterations of this channel, I have said that. So that is why I bring up the topics I bring up here on this channel. For you as a man to be able to have a place to be able to see these things and diagnose them in real time so they don't affect your life in a negative way, so that you can come here and you can vent the way you feel about said topics. I don't agree with some of the vitriol that some of you men come with, but I understand it. And I try to show that understanding and difference in the comments. That's why I say let's have a discussion. But we need to flip to the other side. For you ladies that watch this channel, it is for you all to have the empathy and understanding of what men are feeling and going through. Whether you agree with it or not, this is what men are feeling. And this place right here at TSG Uncut is for them to be able to come in and talk about it the way they need to talk about it. To be able to vent it. Because some men don't feel like they have that avenue to vent. So when you come here and you talk all that yay, as they used to say back in the day, you want to talk that yay in here, and you're not going to be respectful, I'm blocking you. This ain't for you. TSG Uncut ain't for you. If that's the case, today in the comments or in one of the chats or the comments, I talked to a lady. She said her piece. There was some disagreement amongst her and some other people in the chat, disagreement with myself. But I thanked her at the end of that because even in the disagreement, it was respectful. And you can tell there was an empathy there. And so I said, thank you, because that's what this channel is about. So I want to get that out of there. Let me see who's in the comments right now, because I like to do a shout out to everybody here that has supported this channel. The growth on this channel this month and the last couple months has been nothing short of amazing, you guys. I can't thank you enough for everybody that supports this channel. Because, listen, man, I would say that I try to take my life experience and the thousands of men that I have had the pleasure, some not the pleasure, to mentor, to guide, to lead, and to take that experience, even my own mistakes, gents. I'm not above reproach. I've made mistakes. Take all of that and to show you guys. That's why I like when I do my channel, I try to lay it out in a narrative. So you have to watch to the end. It's building on itself. And I do that on purpose so that we could talk about our issues. So when I thank you guys right now, it's because Less than a month ago, I was in Colombia, right? Less than a month ago, 3 weeks ago. Actually, 3 weeks to the date, I was in Colombia. Okay. And I hit 2,000 subscribers. And I was ahead of my schedule. And now I came back from that trip and I've been grinding for you guys. I've been grinding for this channel because I believe in it. I believe in it with all my heart, man. Is it perfect? No, but I believe in this channel with all my heart because I'm in those comment sections with you guys. Some days it takes me hours to get through some of the comments. Today I had to go quick through them just because there was so many new people that came to the channel. We are almost at 2,500 subscribers. So if you are watching this for the very first time, first of all, do me a favor, you guys, hit that like button, but consider subscribing to this channel to get us over 2,500 subscribers so we continue to grow and talk about these issues. Hit that bell icon notification next to the subscribe button so you don't miss any future videos here on TSG Uncut. Let me get to my people that are in the comments and see who's here today. We got Charlie B in the house. And it's a lie that they don't need us. I got daughters and nieces and other young women that I care about, and this is terrible for them. Absolutely, Charlie B, man. I 100% agree. I have women that I have in my family that I love too. And for them, if they thought that all men were bad, then they might as well think that I'm a bad dude too. Do I do some ignorant stuff sometimes? Absolutely. But they know deep in my heart, I don't mean bad. Okay. I don't mean bad. And there's a lot of guys out there just grinding, just listen. Again, men understand that we do want a good woman in our life. You don't sit there and say hearing men on these video clips talking about I don't need no woman. You don't hear a lot of dudes saying that. But you hear it all the time from women, about men. We're gonna talk about that more. Let me get to these comments. Jew Bean, what's up? Yeah. What's up, brother? Carl is in the house. What's good, big bro? I see you. I see you too, Carl, man. Thank you for being here, man. I appreciate you. William Hand, man. Thank you for being here, William. Truth be told, modern women are utterly terrifying in their distinct lack of empathy. Ooh. Listen, yeah, y'all need to listen to this one. Hold up. William hit on something. And we're going to talk about that tonight, too. We're going to talk about that one. Let me finish reading. I find myself feeling like I walk with wolves. A soft word or touch would make my blood run cold. Can't do it. William, they absolutely seem incapable of not only we talk about them not being masculine and having femininity, but on the flip side, these women today lack empathy. They lack empathy. It's like, I don't care about that. Look, I did a video in this channel. I didn't title it. I didn't thumbnail it right. I'm going to go back and fix some of these videos so you guys could go back and watch. Some of these videos that I made, I could have done better. But there are some of these videos that are really good. And how do I know? I can see by how long people watch. It just didn't click in the algorithm. But I'm going to tell you, I've talked about this, William, where you'll have a woman on there stone cold looking at the camera and then telling dudes or telling other women how to use and play a man and not to feel bad for any man, even if it was a good man. No empathy. Get what I got to get with no regard. And let me be clear about something. I told y'all this is going to be a rant tonight. Let me be clear about something. I would never give that advice to a dude, at least the current version of Sean, to do and be that way until tonight. But I'm going to get there. Also, what's up? Good to see you, man. Thank you, William, man. I appreciate you, brother. You hit on something, and we're going to talk about it tonight. I'll send you my Instagram privately so you can see receipts. But I'm done with women here, even though I get beautiful ones everywhere. Keep strong, brother. You're right. Charlie B, man. Hey, listen, let me put this back up on the screen, you guys, because I want to, you guys can reach me That's my Instagram right there. You guys can message me privately if you have video clips or stories. Send me the link. If something that you think that I should see, I'll possibly review it on this channel. Send it to me, man. Because I want to start getting into what I call quick hitters, right? So if you guys send me clips and stuff, and I think it's worth talking about, I will do quick videos. So you might see two instead of 2 videos a day like I'm doing. You might see 3 videos a day if I get the right clips and stuff. You guys can send that to me right there at Instagram. Also, you can follow me. I'm actually on Twitter under the same name at TSG_uncut. Hit me up there, man, too, right? I'm starting to get used to that. Also, we also have the TikTok page, which is TSG_uncut. I got the Instagram, it's the Twitter. I got the IG. You know what I mean? And so, what I want to start doing with the IG, and I got to get better about this, but I'm actually going to start, instead of just putting clips up that I create, I also want to start I want to actually start talking to you guys about things I see and then just react. Me in the camera, no fancy editing, make it more personal on the IG about some of the things I'm seeing and talking about. So that way, I could do the 3-minute clips and stuff like that and talk about some of these issues. So I want to start doing that and just really build upon this thing that we are building here. And that's because of you guys, man. Let me get back to the comments. You guys got some comments. I want to get back in there. But yeah, man, we'll hit me up. Call having human feelings, period. Yeah, man. Ladies, if you're watching this, men don't even feel like women act like men are humans anymore. It's funny because back in the day, like all men are dogs, all men are this. That ain't really been my experience at this point in my life. And the guys that are older, man, and I know you can say, well, guys got older and they play, and then I can understand that argument. But once a man starts to get past his earning years and he's in his earning years and he is starting to get into his most powerful time of his life, mid 30s up until mid to late 40s, it's the strongest time in a man's life in terms of wealth potential and hopefully getting older, wiser, and mature. So when guys get to that point, we look at it kind of differently. You look at it and you say, how are these women without feeling? There is no nurturing qualities in these modern women, and men aren't seeing it. Men aren't feeling it. Men aren't experiencing it. So earlier, when I started off this channel, I went on to a rant talking about men need to get over that. But clearly, you can hear the sarcasm in some of the things I was saying. Because we look at it and we think that's why men look at women, modern women today, and don't see and say there are no good women out there. We just don't see it. And the good women that are out there, good women, right? Let's be real. There are some really good women out there that obviously have made some bad choices and now they've reformed themselves because they've had to, just like some of us guys went through some hard times and had to reform ourselves. The only problem is the women that are in these situations, usually have kids. And that's a deal breaker for some dudes because most guys want to have kids with his own woman. And don't sit here, ladies, any ladies that watch this and say that's wrong for a man to feel that way. Because I distinctly remember, if you go back to the mid 2000s, I was talking to a beautiful young lady and everything was going fine. Met the mom, right? Everything was cool. Mom loved me. Everything was going fine with us. It was going in a nice, normal pace. We were getting to learn and to know and to meet each other. She knew I had gone through a divorce. And then I held off. I held off just a little bit, not long, but I held off a little bit on telling her one thing about my past because we hadn't gotten to that point where I could open up to her about it. Wasn't long, Wasn't long after I had known her. It was like, a couple weeks or something of knowing her, maybe a month. I don't know. But eventually I brought up to her that I had kids. And on the day I told her that, she didn't say, "Oh, that's cool. Whatever. That's all good." What she told me was, she said, "I can't talk to you anymore because you got kids." And I'm like, what does that matter? I take care of my own kids. I can have more kids, whatever. Now, she was young, you guys, and I was young too, right? I was older than her, but she was younger. Okay. Um, she wanted to have kids with a dude that had never had kids before. Because in her young brain, she thought that it'd be better to be with a guy who had never experienced it before than a guy who had. Now, I'll tell you the rest of that story at the end, but I bring that story and that example up to say, just like women will look at a dude with kids and may not want to talk to him, and that's okay. That's her preference. That's the way dudes feel about some of these women today. And dudes used to didn't have a problem with being stepdad when they felt like the woman was genuine. But the reason a lot of dudes today, whether they want to admit it or not, why they don't want to get involved with women today, modern women today that have kids, is because they feel like they are going to be paying for the mistakes that another dude made. That same type of woman talked to trash dudes, would have never talked to the dude that she's with, who she's trying to make a stepdad. She only did it because her options were limited, because she made the mistake, and now she didn't learn her lesson. She wants a good guy. And so dudes aren't falling for that. Dudes don't want to be the okie doke that she come up off of. Ladies, if you don't even know, and you guys should know, there are women who will get with dudes, they have kids, get with dudes, marry them, and then leave them so they can get money from them. It's a whole scam and a game being ran, and dudes are tired of being the butt of the joke. Carl says, today's North American hyena is the most dangerous ever. I'm sorry to laugh. Everyone quiet. Be careful. Everyone quiet. Be careful. That goes the great North American hyena. Oh, everyone quiet. Be careful. There goes. I'm saying that goes. There goes the great North American hyena. All right. Charlie B with the $5 super chat. Thank you guys so much. Let me tell you guys something, man. I've only been monetized for a short period of time, relatively short period of time, a few months, whatever. And since I've been monetized for the few months, I've taken everything you guys have given me and I put it right back into the channel. That is why I have the logo up in this corner. I got the logo there because I was able to just upgrade this just a little bit more. So the production was a little bit better. You guys support this channel. And again, it goes right back into paying these bills. You know what I mean? The camera I'm using, the mic, it was all so that this production is better because the live stream means a lot to a lot of people. It's also a good time for us to chill and discuss these things. So, Charlie, thank you very much for the $5 super chat. I'm grateful to all you guys for that. We also have the people that send by Cash App. I am thankful and grateful to everybody that sends through the Cash App and also the ones who sends through the super chat. So I appreciate that. Charlie says from 36% in the middle class or higher to 61% is black men. Yep, I've heard that stat. It's about 50-ish% in the middle class. From 80% married to 80% of babies out of wedlock is black women. They have to fix this. Listen, man, those stats are real things. But we also, I want to stress what I was saying in the beginning, that we need to be careful, Charlie. I don't know your particular situation, but I am careful to say that if we're for guys who spout these stats but haven't done the work on themselves, and we're going to talk about that tonight. I actually have about 6 video clips that we're going to go over tonight And there's some good clips. I got some good clips in here. And it's going to highlight my anger and frustration. And men, don't think that you're going to get off scot-free from what I got to say, because this is aimed at you tonight. Understanding there may be women that listen to this, but this is for the gents. And you gotta stick with me through this. Watch it later on the replay if you're watching this pre-recorded. But make sure that you get through this whole thing, through all these clips at some point. And also, I'll do some reposts. But tonight, we're going to drop some truth bombs that some of you guys ain't going to want to hear. And that's okay. You can be mad at me. But we need this. We need to have this conversation. Some of us guys need to be real about what we doing and how we moving. So where Charlie is right with the statistics, I want men to be careful about spouting them and not removing the beam from your eye before you, or casting stones at someone else's glass house before you work on your own. It doesn't negate your frustration, gents, what I just said, but I'm saying that we have to be careful. This is not about you, Charlie. This is about other people that are listening, okay? I don't have kids. I don't want Ray-Ray's bastards. I just don't. And you know what? That's your preference. Carl, that's your preference. And it's sad. Here's the sad part. If you say, I just don't want a woman with kids. I don't want to raise somebody else's kids. I don't want kids. I don't want to raise somebody else's kids. You shouldn't be shamed for that. Listen, I was hurt by the young lady who didn't want to talk to me because I had kids. But once I was able to get past what I was feeling at that moment, that's her preference. Now, it didn't work out well for her. And I will remember to finish that story up. Let me write it up, write this down. Finish story. I might make that into a YouTube short, the whole story. But at this point in time, and even years ago, I've been forgave her for it. But the problem, but you know, the thing is, I can't be mad at her for having preference, and nobody should be mad at you for having yours. Okay. Damn, you guys are moving. I'm being behind here. Step simp for Pookie's bastards. No thing. You know, Jubine, man, listen. Being a stepdad back in the day didn't necessarily mean you were a simp. I mean, really think about the dudes back in the day that had like multiple households. They were, you know, they were doing their thing. Were they perfect? No, they weren't good either. You know what I mean? They're not necessarily good dudes, all of them. But them men kind of rolled a certain way that you don't see men roll like today. Today's dudes that end up as step pappies, all right? Step pappies. Yes, those dudes a lot of times are simps. And it's unfortunate that sometimes it's the stepfathers. So I'm not going to totally bash them because I had one. It's the stepfathers that sometimes are the last line of defense for young men to have that male role model. Look at Shaq. Loved his stepfather like it was his own dad. And that was what I was talking about. And another example of a man back in the day stepping in to be a stepfather, vice dudes today that get totally played. Because at least those men back in the day got their cooperativeness in most cases, and they still got femininity back in the day. Now, even though feminism was on the rise at that point in time, depends on which era you want to go to, they still was the last men who kind of got that. And you just a lot of dudes aren't seeing that today. Okay. Yes, sir. Says keep grinding, fam. Thank you very much. Yes, sir. I appreciate you, brother. 57% middle class married. Okay. 47% married. 18% are childless. Are we talking about the statistics on black men in the middle class? What are we talking about? Let me know. Yes, sir. Women prime is 18 to 30, men prime is 25 to 50. Yeah, I would largely agree with that. Yes, sir. There's a lot of graphs that show that. And you say, well, how can you measure prime? Well, you can measure a man and a woman's prime by the looks and desire for them. Yes, women may be attracted to younger guys, but they gravitate toward men who have financial resources and options. So it's a balance, right? And so that curve is starting to shift a little bit. But for the most part, for men, yes, you if you're taking care of yourself, you're doing the work, yeah, you can you can do some things in up to 50. Hell, my uncle keeping in shape, looks good. He had him a nice young thing, couple young things, beautiful women that were younger than him by like 20 years, you know, no cap. And that's because he was articulate. He was a man about his. That's one thing I can say about my uncle, man. He a man about his, okay? He ain't gonna play with you, okay? And he a good looking dude. No homo, okay? So, but you can, and he's almost 60, and he still can get young women who look at him because he's a charming man. So we'll get to that here later, okay? Let me get back to this. T Mac, what's up, T Mac? What's going on? Reporting live from Medellin. I'll be in Cartagena on Saturday, bro. I would say T Mac stay in Medellin. Yeah, if you could go to Cartagena, man, Cartagena's a wild place, brother. Just be careful out there. Be careful. Don't let anybody near your drinks. Um, man, I'm happy for you, man. You said you was gonna get out there, bro. Um, that is great, man. That is excellent. T Mac has been talking about this for a minute. It's so good to see him get out there finally and do his thing. He'd been talking about it for a minute. I'll put it on record. 27, prior service, studying coding, no romantic experience whatsoever. But with all that I've seen, I don't want any part of that. Good on you, bro. I don't want to die. My homies William, man. Hey, first of all, thank you for your service. Obviously, if you've watched this channel any, I'm retired military. And it's good for young men who've gone to the service and learned. Because if you're in there for a little bit of time, man, you see people get played in the military. If I told you guys some of those, I should do that on Instagram. The horror stories that I've heard and seen in the military with men getting played by women, coming back from sea and their apartments or their house have no furniture in it, coming back home from being out on deployment and another dude is laid up on your couch, coming back from deployment and your woman is in the room, you know, freaking with multiple guys and you catch her. I mean, like 20 years experience, you guys. I've heard a lot of stories, okay? A lot of stories. Oh man, it's crazy. Yes, sir. Says, but women with no kids are better to have family with. A man uh taming car. I don't understand that last part. I mean, yeah, man. I mean, if again, it's all preference. Am I gonna totally knock a dude who gets with a woman with kids? For some men, that's what they feel like is their only option. Or they feel like, hey, I'm in a position to handle that situation. We don't want to knock those dudes totally. But there is a line where you have to be careful in those scenarios, given depends on the type of woman you talking to, man. You know? So it I'm just saying we got to be realistic about some of this. Everybody's saying woman with no kids, woman with no kids, but that's not realistic for all dudes. So what type of woman are you talking about? I did a story about a month or two ago where the woman had 3 kids and 2 in her belly, big, large woman, and she was expecting a dude to come in and treat her like she was a princess with 5 kids. So if you're going to be a step, you're going to go into that scenario, that's not a good scenario. But another dude might be talking to a woman who's a professional woman, feminine, beautiful. Does he just totally dismiss that? We're going to get into all of this. Okay? We're going to get into all of this. All these are topics that we're going to discuss and cover tonight. Back in 1989, bro, but now they a simp. Bean, I find it hard to even argue that point, bro. Okay, I'm finding it hard to argue that point. You're right. You're right about that. It's just how do you move even quieter? All I want to do is work out, make games, play games, and start the studio. I want to eliminate the possibility of being hunted, no matter how minute. William, we're going to talk about that here in a little bit. Hold that, put a pin in that, because that's in some of the stories that we're going to talk about tonight. Let me get through these comments a little quicker so we can start our first story tonight. I usually don't wait until 30 minutes in to do that. Check your Instagram and you'll see what mine is, and you will have a very good idea about who I am, and you'll feel very differently. You know I've put in that work and then some. Hey, man, Charlie, there's no knock on your story, bro. If anything, that's what this channel is about. It's even for about men that are already where they want to be. We're all still working. We're always working. We're always growing. But men who are seeing that stability in their life to even come into a channel like this and have these discussions, because we all need to be able to share our stories collectively so that we can learn what not to do. And Charlie, it seems like you've been putting in that work. Men can learn from that. But we're going to talk about that tonight as well. Stats for Black men are 57% middle class. Yes, absolutely. If you go to blackdemographics.com, you can even go to the census. If it was not for my dad being a janitor and saving and putting me in camps, I would not play pro baseball today. Dads are important as hell. Absolutely, Carl. And I'm so proud of you, man. You going and doing your career like that, man, and having that opportunity. Carl is a baseball player, man, and this young man is doing what he got to do, and I'm proud of him, man, and definitely always keep us informed of what's going on with you, good or bad, because again, this place is for sharing. Okay, yes, sir. T-Mac, I brought sand to the beach from Cali, Colombia. Why? Oh my God. T-Mac, we got to talk, bro. T-Mac, congrats, big homie. Yep. 43 prior service, Army grunt, so no transferable skills. Oh, man, you went Army, huh? Yeah. T-Mac, I was going to the Army office, going straight to the Army office. You guys don't know my story. I was going to the Army office. I was 90. It was my 19th birthday. Went straight to the Army office, right? And the Air Force, Navy, Marines, the Army, that's how it was lined up, something like that. I go past the Navy office. Dude comes out. He pops his head. It's a petty officer. He jumped out. He said, "Yo, where you going?" I said, "I'm going to the Army office." He said, "Why in the hell would you want to do that?" I said, "Because I want to wear camis and shoot guns." And you know what he told me, guys? He said, "That is the dumbest ass idea I ever heard in my life." And I said, "Really?" I said, "So what do you have to offer me better?" And he said one thing to me, and this changed me going from that Army office to staying in with the Navy recruiter. But he said this one thing, and this is why I went Navy. He said, our jobs translate better into the civilian world. And I thought about every movie I've seen with Army and Marines coming home. They were just being police officers. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. No knock on those guys, or no knock on guys who go into security and stuff. A lot of guys who get out of some of that actually could do a lot of private contracting work and make a lot of money. But you got to understand, this is a 19-year-old kid, 19-year-old me. that heard that and said, yeah, man, when I get out of this thing, because I did not plan to do 20. I planned to like do 4 and out. Okay, 4 and out. So I was like, yeah, let me get these skills to pay the bills. Okay, because I was hungry at that time. I was damn near homeless. Much love, Carl. Yes, sir. Says that's true. Depends on the woman. I agree. Yeah, man. Look, we're gonna talk about all that, bro. We got so much to talk about tonight, man. Y'all strap in. Matter of fact, let me get this party started. Let me get to the last of these. That's okay. T-Mac says, check out Medellin. I've already been to Barranquilla, bro. So when I was in Cartagena, I went through Barranquilla as well. And check out Medellin, Barranquilla, and Cali, TSG. The cooperative and feminine energy is legit. Absolutely. T-Mac, you forgot. I just got back from there 2 weeks ago. When did I get back? October 16th? Yeah, it's been 2 weeks. I've been back for 2 weeks. 2 weeks and a couple days. Okay? In a few days. T-Mac ain't lying. Ooh, y'all trying to get me off topic. Stop doing that. You guys keep coming with that fire. Let's get into our subject today, gents. But before we get there, make sure you guys smack that like button so more people know that the show is going on. You guys have grown this channel. We about to hit 2,500, yo. We about to hit 25 hondo. I was planning for this channel to hit 25 hondo by January 20th, which would have been the 1 year anniversary of me getting to 1,000 subscribers. So I was like, yeah, man, that'd be 1,500 in a year's time. That means at least I'm showing more growth. Man, we about to hit 25 hondo probably by the end of this month. Wait, nope. At the rate we going, nah, fam. We about to hit 25 hondo in less than 2 weeks. We about to make it happen. We about to hit that 25 hondo. Matter of fact, let's go ahead, gents. We're going to hit 25 hondo. Let's shoot for $3,000. Let's shoot for $3,000 by the end of the year. Not even by anniversary. $3,000 before January 1st. Let's do it. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you're not here. Oh, tonight's drink of the night. Very simple drink. If you guys know me, y'all know I like my vodka. I love my vodka. Okay. So I have my vodka and, and a little cranberry juice. Okay. Because I don't want to be running downstairs to get more, I got a little bit of backup here to help me. Hold on real quick, you guys. Sorry about that. Okay. I just want to get that going. Let me see where y'all at with these likes. Okay, cool. Get my likes up. All right. Oh, how was Barranquilla, bro? I was there for a day. I liked it a little bit better than I did Cartagena. Cartagena is a very touristy city. You're going to get a lot of people, because it's a touristy city, a lot of people are going to be trying to hustle you for money. It's a good place if you're a single guy looking to have some fun. That's where you go. I like Barranquilla more because it was more like regular living, regular city stuff. And when I really get back into traveling again, I don't want to just go for a week or whatever. I want to do what I did when I lived in Mexico. I want to live there for a month or so. And then I go to a new country, live there for a month or so. Okay. So I liked it. I think there was more to explore. There's good parts of Barranquilla, and we also drove through some of the bad parts. So I think it's worth seeing. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay. All right. See, I was a 92Y unit supply specialist. So you got, yeah. So it transferred a little bit. Yeah, absolutely. Supply, logistics, that stuff actually transfers. If you do it the right way, it transfers really well. But location matters a lot. Yep, that happened to my brother-in-law. Okay. My brother-in-law was ex-Navy, got out, went to college, he was like he was a cook. So, so he tried to transfer that, being able to handle books and stuff, and took it into, medical supplies specialist. And then he started getting in college, he was doing business. So he went into the supply chain and stuff like that. And so now he has a business master's, and he took that business master's and that ability to be able to purchase and sell goods. I forgot what you call those guys, but the guys who do the logistics and stuff, he's doing that on a very high level, like a high GS level, and I'm very proud of it. Okay. Logistic jobs are scarce out here. It is, but if you do it the right way, you can get them. So that was my story. Jameson and a cigar. Oh, King is in the house, man. Salute to King. Obviously, I don't smoke anymore. Well, I say I don't smoke, but I stopped smoking cigarettes. I do vape now. So I feel that. Let's get to the first story, you guys. I normally don't like to push out the first story this long. Just means I'm gonna have to run through it a little bit quicker. So listen, you guys. Sorry, I'm trying to set this stuff up. Normally I have it pre-set up, but I was kind of worried about the sound earlier. So I didn't want the sound to be affected by the screen being already up. So I didn't put it up there. So there we go. Where we at? Where we at on the comments? Let's make sure. Super chat acting up due to USD conversion. Oh, okay. Yeah, man. I know you always contribute, T-Mac. I get it. Yeah, man. When I was out of the country, if you do a super chat out of the country, just look for the colors, man. Like the turquoise is like $5 and yellow is 10 and orange is 20. That's the way you look at it, if you can still do that. But again, I'm grateful for anything you give, or if you don't give, it's fine. We're gonna still have these conversations, okay? But I do appreciate you guys because it does help the channel a lot. Trust me, a lot. And I put in a lot of hours in this. So, okay. So we're gonna get to our first story. Now, if you guys, a lot of you guys are very active. King is a real big example of that. King is a real big example of someone who's usually always reacts to the community post I do. And the community post I try to put out Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. I think I've been very consistent. King, tell me if I'm wrong, but I've been very consistent. Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, community post is out. 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, community post is out. Okay. Pretty consistent. In one of the most recent community posts that I put up, which I think it was yesterday, and the one today, where the woman was playing games with the dude. Today's was the woman was playing games with the dude, and then he moved on to somebody else, and she was upset. Okay. And then, we've had others where women are playing these games on the phone or with texting because they just want attention. We've done a lot of polls on this too. So this first one is a very quick clip, but it's to highlight. They're putting it out there for you guys to see. And I'm about to show you guys right now. Okay. Without further ado, let's get started.
It's almost hurtful to me to watch her be so dumb.
Now, if you guys can't read that, it says watching your bestie be sad because a random dude she doesn't care about is taking too long to text back. Okay, so this happens. Thank you, King. This happens, right? So you wondering, like, you'll text a woman, she'll leave you on read for a while. If a woman leaves you on read after you've been courteous enough to text her back, don't mess with her. Just leave her be. Now, do people get busy? Yes. But you texting back, like, obviously you want to show interest. You can go maybe once, maybe twice. But if she leaving you on hold or whatever, that's on the ball is in her court at that point. Okay? Women get mad, get so angry. There's so many videos about women saying that men don't like it when men don't respond. It's because they need that attention and that validation and need it right away. Okay? And then if you text too much, then they get turned off by you. So it's like this weird game you got to play. And grown-ass men don't want to play these games. See what I'm saying? But go look at today's community post. and look at this video right here, and you'll see how real this really is. And a lot of you guys said, listen, don't look backwards. If she gonna play you, she gonna put you in the friend zone. Don't deal with it. Bye. And women are gonna do this, play these games. She don't even care about the dude. She just want the attention. And her friend didn't even know it. Like, why are you acting so extra for dude that you say you don't even care about the dude, but you just want to get the text back for validation? Man, look at that. Okay. I appreciate that, King. Thank you very much, man. So we're gonna I'm gonna prep the next video. So listen, I came on here. If you guys missed the opening to this, if you guys missed the opening to today's live stream, I talked about why aren't men grateful for these women being strong and independent? Why are men complaining about it? So the title of this next video, I titled Why Women Aren't Checking for Men. Okay. Specifically, why aren't you're a nice guy. Why aren't women checking for you? We're going to hear another perspective. I'm going to stop this periodically so we can discuss this, but this is a good one. I picked some really good clips tonight, and I'm very excited to get back to them with y'all. So why aren't women checking for good dudes? Why aren't women checking for guys? You don't even have to be the quote unquote nice guy, and women don't seem like they're checking for you. Why is that? Let's hear this one explanation. We're gonna get to it.
How is a nigga too nice? I don't understand. Like, how is he too nice?
So there's a lot to unpack here, but I strongly recommend that you go back and watch his full.
Let me know if y'all can hear that. Put a 1 in the chat.
Into women and how they say like, oh, some men are too nice, so on and so forth. So we're gonna get into why and the different reasons. So first things first, for a lot of women, a man being too nice to them can be a trauma response because there are a lot of women who have been in relationships or have been abused by men in relationships, situationships, dating, whatever, or manipulated because they started off being this nice guy or wanting to present themselves as being that nice guy. But in turn, they really wasn't that guy. He was just disguised in a mask trying to, appeal to that woman or whatever she wants so that he can get her way with her. But then in turn, we'll switch it up.
Okay, let's talk about this first one. Thank you, Carl. So, I just hit the wrong damn button. My bad, you guys. So she says that the reason why women may not like the nice guy, her first reason is that it may be a trauma response. So you had guys who were wolves in sheep's clothing, came in, was the nice guy, and then wound up playing them, wound up being something that they wasn't. And I can kind of understand this one, okay? I may have been partly this dude back in the day. But the difference between what she's talking about and kind of where I was at, because the period of time that I'm thinking about, I was still the nice guy, the gentleman. But I was in college and I was an engineering instructor. So I taught engineering and I was in college, right? So I was doing on the side, I was in college. And I was still going out and partying. I don't know where we get the energy when we're younger, bro. Gents, no clue. I don't know where I had that energy from, but God, I miss it right now. Okay. But that's not the guy she's talking about. I think that some of these quote unquote, he came off as good and then he wasn't that she totally just fell for the fact that this was a good guy. A lot of women get naive to guys that they consider quote unquote good guys, and all the while they know that they're talking to the bad boys. It's just that some of these women think they can change these type of men. They see the good in them. And so what they do is they associate that with being a good guy. Oh, he's so good to me. He's doing this, he's doing that. Knowing what type of dude he is in the back of their head. But what we know about modern women is that they will ignore the red flags when it comes to guys that turn them on. And for guys that aren't attracted to them, they can see red flags. They won't even look at you. Do you know that there was some type of study done that if a woman isn't attracted to you, she doesn't even see you. You don't even register. I have a friend who has like more up class or they think they're up class girls, whatever, kind of more snooty, whatever. And when I get around her, when I'm hanging out with my friend, with her friends that are like that, they look right past me. The only reason they even acknowledge my presence is because she says, hey, you remember Sean? 1 second, you guys. I didn't turn my ringer off. She'll be like, hey, you remember Sean, right? And they'll be like, oh, yeah, hey, Sean, whatever. And then the other thing I get them is because they think they like, so smart and stuff. And I'm like, okay. And so I talk to them. And they're like, okay, man, it's a great conversation. They still have that see past me. But once I start talking to them, they're like, oh, wow, damn, okay, he got something to say. Yeah, I do. Right? Let me get to this. Jubin says, blah, blah. All I hear is she needs professional help, not my problem. Jubin, man, you always hard on him, bro. He has to be good to you. He ain't got no home. Yeah, he has to be good. He has to be good to you. He ain't got no home. Yeah. So we're not done. Let's finish with the rest of she's talking about, or some more of what she's talking about. How do I want to do that? There we go.
Also, aside from just being traumatized, we're going to speak to the point of women who have been conditioned to be around bad boys or to like bad boys. They turned on by that. They want that. They want the dude that's going to be toxic, essentially. But that's also a trauma response because 9 times out of 10, that's what was presented to them. That's what they dealt with. That's what they were conditioned. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just showing you, different perspectives.
Okay. So the second type of nice guy, or sorry, the second part of that is them being conditioned to like bad boys as a part of trauma response. And we talk about this all the time on the channel, right, gents? We talk about how there are women who have grown up in toxicity, who have grown up under drama, who have grown up in circumstances in which all they know is they only know how to function in toxicity. And these women right here, for a man, if you've done the work, gents, a woman with these type of qualities and characteristics that look and live in toxicity should be an instant turnoff for you. And we know what type of women these are. We see them all the time, right? They might be the it girl when you go out. But for a dude that's on his grind and that is on his purpose, you don't even see her. You know, I talked about how my friends look past me. You look past her. But the truth is that same study said that when men see women that they are not attracted to, They actually look at them more with the, and tell me if you guys can feel this, because I don't know if the study is right. I'll let you guys say your piece on it. But what they said, men's response to a woman that he isn't attracted to is more like disgust. Right or wrong, that's what this study talked about. So you've seen those girls out there popping their gum, multicolored hair, long ass nails, everything hanging out, think they fine, but not haven't done a damn been in the gym 1 second ever in their life. And you go, ugh. I do. It may not be on my face. Well, actually, I show a lot of emotion on my face. But I'd be like, ugh. And she act like you can't get the time of day with her. I mean, the delusion there. Like, I don't want you. You are not my type. And I'm not her type. And that's okay. Oh, let me get back to you guys in the chat. Jubin says, black women like swag, not someone to build with. Yeah, man. And we going to talk about that. Man, you guys be on it tonight. Y'all be on it. That's why I love y'all, gents. You guys be on it, bro. Yeah, right now it's all about that category of woman that is traumatized per se, living in her toxicity. See, they want to say, I'm living in my truth. I'm living in my truth. Men need to respect this. That they just hating because I'm in my truth. You're living in your toxicity. You're living in your delusion. You are living with no accountability. No one's checking these women. Nobody's checking their bad behavior. Society is telling them, go on and continue to be toxic. Men are the ones that need to work on themselves. And what do I say all the time in this channel? I don't excuse men from doing the work. Matter of fact, if you think you can just come in here, slide up in TSG Uncut, and you don't think I'm going to check you on being a man about yours and being on your grind and being about your work, you're on the wrong channel. And if I've lost your subscription or your watches or your support because of it, that's okay. I'm not the channel for you. It's okay, man. But I hold myself accountable too, gents. And so I have to be there. If I'm telling you this, I want you guys to be accountable for yourselves and for each other. That's why it's important that we talk about these things and share the stories. And see, we hearing it firsthand about women that can't get past their own toxicity. And we see it in each and every one of these video clips that get presented. Every one of them. Let's see what else she got to say about this.
3. When we talk about a nice guy, there are different levels to this nice guy.
There are different levels.
If you are a genuine man and you are, courteous and thoughtful, mindful, respectful, all of those different things. Let's say a Russell Wilson, which I like to call Sims, but it's really
hold up.
really not. It's just a good guy.
So listen, let's stop with the Russell Wilson comment real quick. She was describing, thoughtful, kind, this, and the third. And the first word that came out of her mouth while recording this is saying, well, I like to say Sims. Well, Russell, he's a good guy. Like, she tried to reel it back. In theory, Russell Wilson should be able to be that type of man. In theory, Russell Wilson should be able to be a man that loves his woman, that is kind and courteous to his woman, respects his woman, and hopefully she respects him equally. Hopefully. But again, I said in theory, why wouldn't a rational human being want a good person? It's because we are broken people and are addicted to our toxicity. We are addicted to it. Sierra, I believe, loves Russell Wilson. She knows what she has in him. But there's those moments where you can tell there's a little lack of disrespect. And I know she is in the public eye, so she has a brand image. But a woman that fully respects her husband's opinion isn't going to be parading herself around for other men. Now, you can call me old-fashioned for that, but that is the truth. Because a woman that really loves, cares, and respects for you is going to worry about your opinion. She's going to worry about how you feel. She's going to worry about how you perceive her. She's going to wonder, she don't want you to go. And she's going to make sure that you don't. She's going to operate in such a way that you are where you are comfortable and you where you need to be. And operate in her femininity. But Russell, his wife out there is still shaking it fast. Aisha Curry, got a good dude. She out there trying to shake it fast too. Because they want to be drawn back to that toxicity. So the theoretical good man, he isn't respected. And I'm going to rant about that here later. See what you guys got to say. Oh, Russ is the king of Sims. Oh, yeah. Russ is raising Future's kids. What the hell? Oh, man. I didn't know that. Never settle. I agree, man. I agree. I will say never settle. Women say never settle. Guys are saying never settle. I'm going to add a caveat to that. You Grams. But be realistic in your expectations. See, we talk about women having high, unrealistic expectations. And I told you you may not like what I got to say tonight, but I got to say it because some dudes need to hear this. Some of you guys, some of you gents out there have high, unrealistic expectations of women. You do. Some of y'all do. Some of you guys haven't even done a lick of work and expect for women to come to your beckoning call. But we're going to talk about that some more here in the future video. So let me finish this video out.
Some women do not want that because they fear that if a man is too nice and if they can walk over that man, then essentially they have nothing to submit to. Y'all talk about alphas wanting alphas, this, and that. But if a woman can talk over you, verbally abuse you, all of those things, first of all, she's toxic. And I don't know why you want to be with her. But second of all, Facts. If a woman can do all of those things to a man, she's not going to be turned on by that man. She's not going to feel like, that she's not going to want to continue to pursue a man who she can essentially walk all over. Like that's not what you want.
Okay. I agree with what she's saying. I agree that if a woman feels that she could control you, manipulate you, do any of those things, she's going to lose respect for you. And once you lose your woman's respect, once you lose a woman's respect, she don't look at you the same. She's not going to treat you the same. She's not going to give it to you the same. You're not going to get the same passion. You're not going to get the same. She's just going to change. She's going to be different. And some of you guys need to hear this. Some of you guys want to be able to go in and act like the Russell Wilsons of the world. And I get it, man. Some of you guys are really good dudes. But you guys want to be the Russell Wilsons of the world and wonder why you get no respect. Why women overlook you. Wonder why they are not attracted to you. Now, we got to talk about something else. Something that's baked in the cake that women try to bring up and it gets overlooked in this conversation piece, okay? The one thing they don't want to talk about when it comes to this subject. Notice what she said. I'm going to back it up real quick, just a little bit, okay? We're going to back that thing up. And I want you to hear this one more time, and I'm going to pause it, and I'm going to tell you exactly the one part.
Respectful, all of those different things. Let's say a Russell Wilson, which I like to call simps, but it's really not. It's just a good guy. Some women do not want that because they fear that if a man is too nice and if they can walk over that man, then essentially they have nothing to submit to. Y'all talk about alphas, wanting alphas, this, and that. But if a woman can talk over you, verbally abuse you, all of those things, first of all, she's toxic, and I don't know why you want to be with her. But second of all, if a woman can do all of those things to a man, she is not going to be turned on by that man.
Okay. We went past the part that I wanted y'all to hear, but I'm going to bring it up. You was like, Sean, what part are you getting here? I get it. A woman like that would be toxic anyway. Why would I want to deal with that? The other part that women get wrong in this part of the conversation is there is a level of, it is baked into the cake of modern society right now that women can be disrespectful in the exact same way that this woman just talked about, and there's no accountability for her actions. There is nothing that holds modern women to be accountable for this bad behavior when they do it. If a woman is loud and putting her hands on you, what does society say? Oh, don't you put your hands on her. Why are you raising your voice to her and yelling at her like that? Why are you being mean to her? That's a woman. You should give her respect no matter what. No matter what, guy. No matter how she treats you, you need to temper it down and just be a man about it. They've moved the goalpost on what it is to be a man. I talked about in my last live stream that if me and you as men are getting heated and into a verbal confrontation, that can lead to hands being laid. It can also lead to people losing their life. Hell, man. I am also going to talk about a story tonight that I didn't put in here, but we're going to talk about these young men who are these young rappers who keep losing their life. That is a perfect example. You could be out just minding your business in a verbal confrontation with a man. And these dudes are little biatches because the first thing they want to do is do what they heard in the song and run and get the blippy. It can't be we argue it out. It can't be that we put up those hands. No. These kids are punks. And they think they hard because they take out another brother. And they glorify the music that tells them to do it. This is all by design. So when women like this one say they don't, if a woman can do this and do that and raise her voice over you, whatever, society is promoting that. society is promoting the music, promoting the bad behavior. Now, I got to speak to my community on this one, but it affects the Black community more than any other community. It really does. Good on her for making this type of video by dropping this truth. But don't nobody want to talk about the real on this. It is promoted for our women, for Black women, to raise up against their men and to be disrespectful, to be loud in public. But she's strong and independent, right? Strong and independent means loud and obnoxious. Wasn't that on a poll I did recently? Yeah, ladies, men don't like that. Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. Oh, wait. Hold up. I missed a good one. Somebody, Jubine, did you drop? If you're 30 years old and on fries, hey, look, I'm washing lettuce. Next, I'll be on the fries and then on the grill. In about a year or 3, I'll be assistant manager. And that's when the big bucks start rolling in. Sorry, that's what I thought. All right. If you're on the fries, you don't get a supermodel. Most men know this is a woman with a bunch of kids think she deserves a millionaire. Yeah, bro. Delusional. Absolutely delusional. If a woman loses respect for you, just move around. Just move on. Yeah. Yeah. Once you lose respect of your woman, you might as well hang them stirrups up. Seriously. Don't feel bad for taking that L. If she loses respect for you at some point, like seriously loses it, and you'll know when, just hang it up. Just hang it up and just fold a hand, walk away from the table. If you love her, it might hurt, but there's really hard to get that respect back. Once you lose it from a woman, it's really hard to get that respect back. Because let's say you get her respect back somehow. And if she sees anything that reminds her of the moment that she lost respect for you, she'll lose it right again. Fold that hand, bro. Walk away while you can. Rest in peace, Gunu PG County legend. He got offed 4 months ago. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know who that is, man. But yeah, man, we're gonna talk about some of this stuff. I can't not address the fellas about what's been going on in the community. Okay. They need to ban rap, to be honest. Yeah, but they won't. Yes, sir. I don't even know half these rappers and songs that's out today. This ain't my music, man. This ain't what I grew up on. And I hate to be that old dude, but this crap is garbage. I'll hear a couple people that I like, right? A Kendrick Lamar or somebody like that. I like that kind of stuff. But really, I don't listen to that. And rap now is just propaganda for committing red rum against your own people. Committing atrocities against your own people. They won't promote rappers that do positive. The only reason that Kendrick Lamar can do it because he's also a writer too. He's a dope producer. If you don't have those multiple skills and learn how to leverage the skills you got to make you where you can kind of call some of the shots, they're not messing with you. And some of these dudes are so broke, they want to take that big deal right away. I don't want to go there. We'll get in there here soon, okay? I got off track. Hey, what up, the Wheeler Dealer, man? Thanks for being here, bro. Another one of the TSG Uncut OGs right here. You must be prepared to walk away. Facts all day. And listen, man, I get it, man. When you invest time in a woman, you love her, man. There's qualities about her you love. I'm not about to listen, man. I'm not about to knock dudes for loving who they love, man. I don't want to do that. But for the sake of your own soul, if you know she is showing you utter and blatant disrespect, you got to kick love to the curb and you will meet somebody else. And if you learn anything or any lessons from the previous thing, you will find better. That I guarantee, that I promise you. Because if she could do that to you, there is better out there for you. You're not missing anything. Fold that hand. Fold it and walk away. That might have been a good night on the table, on the card table. But if you play the game long enough, you're going to have a better night. You're just going to have a better table to go to. And that's facts. All right? Wow, you guys are killing the comments. Black men used to own 35% of land in the South before the 1950s. Seneca Village, Black Wall Street, Green Book. Black men created world society as well. Cell phones, cars, music, stoplights, etc. And right, man. Yes, sir. We don't talk about the contributions enough what Black people have done. We don't even talk about how Black people in like Black Wall Street and stuff like that had created a whole infrastructure. They had an airport. They had a hospital. They had done all these things on their own. And this is the type of things that we used to do as a community. And now we think the only way to make it or get rich is to go ahead and sing for somebody, to go ahead and shuffle foot for somebody. Yeah, man. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Why I got to sing for you? And not just sing, but why do I have to put negativity into the ears of the people that listen to me? That's by design. Let you say something about the wrong community, the wrong people, you're done. But you can openly spit poison into the ears of millions of these young kids. Nothing. No repercussions. No consequences at all. You know, since we're already talking about this subject, before I go on to the next subject, because I don't want to miss that, but because we're already talking about this, I am going to bring up the thing that I said I was going to bring up. Okay. I'm going to share my screen with you guys. All right. So TMZ had an article. Oh, let me take this damn crap off the screen. TMZ had an article, right? Remembering rappers gone too soon by gun violence. Okay. I'm not going to stay on this too long, but that's what we're kind of talking about. Now, you had, it's shocking to me. There's so many different reasons why some of these rappers left. A lot of them are listen, you have it varies. You got some of them who are trying to portray that they are, this gangster hard person, or really and truly they're good people in their life. They just have this exterior. And then you have hating people want to test them, jealous at what they have, the lifestyle that they have. There's a lot of hungry people. T-Mac is in talking about going to Cartagena. The one reason why I don't have a lot of Cartagena footage, I do plan on making another video about Cartagena, Colombia, It's just that those travel videos take me a little bit longer to produce. So, and they do okay on views, but I still want you guys to see those type of things. But one thing I'm gonna tell you about when I was in Cartagena, the reason it took me so long to film and why I don't have as much footage as I would have liked to have had while I was there is because the look in some of the guys' eyes were like, it took a couple days, man, for me to feel my way around. But there was just hungry look. Like, and I wasn't even flashy, man. I was wearing stuff like this, just dry fit stuff, just looking like a normal dude. And even that look in the eyes was like, I want to see what you got on you. And I give them the look back, I wish you would. And then they give me the look back, I don't think I'm going to try it. And then I give them the look back like, wise choice. But people are hungry out here. But the worst thing that we have is that we have jealousy and we have envy. And that has led to the downfall of a lot of these rappers, okay? And I wanted to talk about this because we grew up where we're emotional. Growing up around women, we are emotional, way more emotional than we should be. Our young men, overly emotional. They can't balance it like a real man. They aren't stoic. They can't keep their composure. They can't keep the rage inside and tame it. That's what real men do. That's what beasts do. The man that has the fire to be able to rage out, but he is able to temper it and to understand the situations, that's a man. We have young men out here who are looking for the fast cash, who don't feel like they have a future. They don't feel like they have anything going for them. Hell, they're even stupid. And I'm going to tell you, you make the fast cash, you buy things that don't matter. The same thing we talk about modern women, these dudes are doing. You buy all these things, the jewels and all this stuff. And you don't live long enough to see it, you don't live long enough to really appreciate it. A lot of you older guys have probably like been fans of the old school mob movies and gangster movies and stuff like that. One thing that to me has always been common in those movies is rarely do you see people with good exit strategies, right? The ones where everybody just don't make it. It's because when you live that fast lifestyle, you're in the now. All you can do is see what can you get more and more of. That's the same thing we're seeing with modern women today. How can I get more and more of this lifestyle? They're just the female version of the gangsters that we see in those movies. And none of them have exit plans. None of them know how they're going to get out of it. None of them are thinking toward the future. They don't even see themselves getting old because that's not even in the plans. Because they don't care. They don't value their life. So that's why I said you're stupid. Take that money and invest it. Get out of the game. If you want to be a gangster, you want to be a thug, be smart about it. Stack and get out. And for sure in the hell, don't go back to where you came from. Because those people that saw you poor are going to look at you and say, you think you better than me? I seen you when you was nothing. You think you better than me? Nah, fam, I ain't better than you. I'm from the same hood, man. I'm just doing my thing. No, I seen you. You think you better than me. Y'all know I'm telling the truth on this one. You guys know I'm telling the truth on this one. Let me I see you got comments, but give me a second. Let me go back here. I'm gonna bring this up. Takeoff's shocking demise in Houston is prompting the rap community to remember far too many young talents who tragically lost their lives due to gun violence. We know Biggie, right? He was gunning down his car in 97. We had Tupac 6 months before that, right? He had Young Dolph, right, outside the Memphis bakery. And listen, he was, like I told you guys, some of them, he was on his way to hand out turkeys like Nino Brown in his old neighborhood. In his old neighborhood. You think you better than me? People hate. People hate, man. P&B Rock was climbing the Billboard charts in 2016 when his career and life were tragically cut short. He was taken out in September during a robbery at Roscoe's in Los Angeles. And then you got people like Pop Smoke, Nipsey Hussle, Slim 400, Extentation, or whatever. I don't know. Let's call him Triple X. Okay? So you have all of this, right? You have all these people that lost their lives, man. And it's sad. So that's why I got on here earlier and said, you guys aren't focused on the right damn things. You guys need to focus on being the best version of you and not being enslaved to any one system or the other. Because you could be out there getting that fast money, but you're enslaved to that lifestyle. Live by the sword, die by the sword. You don't know how to get out of it. And when you don't care about your own life, you don't see any prospect. Think about it, man. It's the perfect thing. The education system is bad, so bad that our young men don't see a future for themselves. And when you don't have anything to lose, I ain't got nothing to lose, man. I don't see my future, and I have nothing to live for. We're not giving hope to anybody. And again, it affects our community with the years and years and years and hundreds of years of goddamn trauma. If you stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything. And you guys are falling for the okie doke. You're not strong. You're not strong. What's strong is when you got to get out here and grind every day, man, and figure a way out of that. When you not got to take advantage of your own people and your own community to get ahead. Some of you ain't ready for that conversation yet. Where am I at? Oh, man, I'm way behind. Rappers are worse than the Klan in our community. Absolutely. Well, Drake, etc. The only hip-hop heads that don't talk about killing. Yeah. And you know what? I listen to, you can't help but listen to some Drake, man. I don't know how he do it, but you can't help but keep listening to that brother, right? But you got to respect it. How he's able just to do it. He just give you some dope beats. It's hip-hop. Not Drake will have you still in the club. King says women have flipped a biblical quote about being equally yoked to their own definition of meaning that you have to make six figures to match their 30K earning selves. And King brings up a good point. Most women expect men to make not exactly what they make, but at least 2 to 3 times as much as they make from what was said in some of these polls. Okay? It's crazy. Yes, sir, says facts. Yes. Say the Goldbergs were on everything, get canceled promotion of taking out your own, get $1 million. Yeah. Yeah. People are getting paid. You can't talk about no other community, but they will pay you millions to talk about taking out your own community. I mean, like, think about that. Something is wrong with that. We glorify the wrong things. Screaming at each other like 9-year-old girls. Yes, man. The movie Heat never attach yourself to anything you can't walk away from in 30 seconds. Jubin, thanks for dropping that one. A lot of wisdom could be learned from that one. That is a lot of wisdom right there, man. Never attach yourself to something that you can't walk away from in 30 minutes. Wow. I got to watch Heat again, too. Great movie. I live in Houston, bro. Oh, man. Carl. That's tough, bro. Other than the Astros right now in the Super Bowl, the World Series. It's tough, bro. It's sad that it has to be that way, man. You can't even go hang out no more because you just don't know what's going to happen. Jay-Z's story of OJ gave to Cliff Notes to how to build wealth, but few heard it. Oh, yeah. King, I didn't even hear it. Yeah. I'm going to have to check that out. You guys know I keep a notebook near me, man, because I take notes too. Because sometimes, I'm willing to learn myself. I'll figure it out. Okay. Let me get to the next story. Let me get the next thing going. Got a lot of clips to go. So we hear all the time, gents. We hear all the time women saying they don't need a man, right? I ranted earlier when I first started this thing saying that we are focused on the wrong things. And if women feel like they don't need a man, why don't even let it bother you and don't let it upset you? But this content creator right here has grown on me. I've done videos with her in it before. She's one of my favorites. I don't think I'm gonna play this whole thing out because she went on for 3 minutes. I don't want to go on that long unless it's pertinent. But she's one of my favorite content creators. And right now, she is going to tell us why women think that they don't need men. She is going to break down to her, in her opinion, on why women think that they don't need men today. Why modern women think that. So with that being said, let's get started. Yeah, Migo might be in the wrong on that one, man. Who was out there? Was it Migo? I mean, it was Offset. Sorry. I said Migo.
Absolutely, Jack. Now, this is just my opinion, no fact, but I'm happy to share my opinion. The first reason why I think women believe they do not need a man is because they've never seen an actual man. They only see male children. not grown men. They all only see grown boys. They have never seen a man come into a woman's life and add value.
Okay. Let's talk about this first part. So she said that women have never seen grown men. But you got to remember the little tweak she made. They've never seen grown men come into their lives and add value. And that goes to their moms. A lot of the women say, well, well, your dad ran off, this, that, and the third. Okay. He ran off. Blame that dude. Deadbeat. Whatever floats your boat on what you want to say on that one, okay? But what about all the other men that came into that young lady's or that lady's mom's life after that? Did they add value? Probably not, because the mothers typically didn't see men of value. So I'm not going to go into the long and sad history of how we've gotten here and how men aren't in the homes. That's not what tonight's discussion is about. But there is some truth to that. But, asterisk, you may not have seen it, but women do know what it is. See, they may not have grown up with it, but they know what it is, because they will be disrespectful to the men that are in their lives. But when they're on that job, they have their best code switching going. They got their best code switching. Yes, sir, Mr. Peters. I'll have that report right to you right away. Yeah, girl, he came over here and tried to ask me for my TPS reports. They will code switch in a minute. So to say they don't understand men and authority and that ability to be able to show that deference and respect is just nothing but an excuse, because they know how to code switch when it's time, but they won't give their men that same respect. That is an excuse for having a lack of accountability for the bad behavior. All right? Let's get back to it.
Add protection, add provision, add.
Let me go back. I'm sorry, you guys. I want to go right there.
I will only see grown boys. They have never seen a man come into a woman's life and add value, add protection, add provision, add guidance, add instruction, add a masculine energy in a household.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we just talked about some of these young dudes in the last portion. Young dudes out here bad. And those dudes don't know no better because they don't have no dudes in their life. They're growing up overly emotional. They're man sons to their man husbands to their moms. Yeah. I get what she's talking about. But again, we are all responsible. We hear the truth. They will hear the truth and still ignore it. Yes, I hear your statistics, facts, and figures, but I refuse to believe it. because I feel this way. It's all cap, man.
They most likely come from a single mom, a single auntie, single grandmama. They don't see anybody be married. They don't see anybody being provided for or
Right.
taken care of or
We
protected
aren't
by a
seeing it.
man. So they don't know what it is. They don't know what they're missing. That's one.
She's right. She's right. I think it's still an excuse, but she is right. You know, she makes a great point on that. Some of us have never seen that. So when it comes across our plate, let's say, let's say you grew up in a home and all you've eaten your whole life is microwave dinners or, microwavable foods. And then you go to somebody else's house and they expose you to vegetables and you like, what the hell is this? What the hell is a vegetable? What is this green stuff on my plate? Ugh, it's nasty. Because you never been exposed to it. You don't know what to do with it. You know what it is. You can feign ignorance on you know what it is. You've just never had access to it. So the natural response is to go, ugh, I don't eat Brussels sprouts. I don't eat asparagus. I don't know what a cauliflower is. Artichoke heart, what is that? Kale, isn't it that thing that white people buy at Whole Foods? You just don't know. Okay? Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. Yes, sir says a lot of young men are getting passports, going to these black countries, Brazil, Fiji, Panama, etc. 10 years from now, they're going to try to ban passports. It's going to get real. Absolutely. I think so. Some truth. I don't know what you mean, Jubin. Can elaborate. Let me get back to this story.
That's why they are so comfortable saying, I don't need a man, because they've never had a man to know that they really need one. That's one. Two, it's because they have fallen for the I'm a strong, independent woman, I don't need no man. The equality movement was fine when we were trying to fight for equal pay for equal work. I'm here for that.
I'm here for that too, gents. Listen, if a woman is going to be able to do equal work to me, she should get paid equally. If you can do the same work, I shouldn't make more than her if she could do the same thing I'm doing. I don't have a problem with that. But they've been lied to. These jobs, I just did a YouTube shorts clip where the women were told, would you take a sewer job where you clean the sewers for $100,000 a year? Or do you take this high profile job, but you be making no money? And this was from the channel, It's Complicated channel. Shout out to It's Complicated channel. And in that clip, the women were choosing, hey, I'm not gonna clean no damn sewers. Give me the high paying job because I'd rather be not making any money. And it's because in their head they fantasize about, well, I'd be able to market myself and I'd be able to make more later. I don't want to be in the sewers. But when they asked all the men said, hey, I'll take that sewer job. So I'm here for equality. I wanted to put that out. I'm not gonna stay on that too long, but I wanted to make sure I put that out. Okay. Equal pay for equal work.
But for a woman to ever think that she's equal to a man absolutely goes against biology.
And that's the part. She just said the quiet part out loud. Society is telling these women that men and women are exactly the same. We are not. And frankly, I don't want my woman to be a man. I don't want women to be like us. Bro, I got to talk to you every day at the job. Man, I want some softness. I want some femininity. Okay? Femininities. I want that. And most men do too. I mean, like, it could be really simple. If you are a woman watching this, it is simple. What we want is so simplistic. Everyone's like, oh man, want all this stuff. Like, no, it's actually really simple compared to what women want. What men want is stuff that most women could work on and change in themselves. The things that women want from men have to work for years to acquire those things, even to be the type of man that most women need. I'm going to say that again. The type of woman or man that most women need. A man has to build that over years to get there, where a woman can take her beauty and her femininity and her looks and just like that, elevate her life. If she's the right woman in the right situation with the right looks, with the right personality, her life can be elevated instantly by one of those same men that had to work and grind to be who he is. We see it all the time here in the YouTube space. These female content creators can come on, be on for a little bit, couple good looks, say a couple good things, but be kind of cute. Channel blow up. Now they're on everybody's channels talking. Every day you see them. You can't get them off. When you look like me, when you look like Quasimodo, when you're begging for water, when you out here hustling hard in these YouTube streets, please, sir, please, sir. When you got to scrap for every subscriber like I do, man, it took me years to get here. These people done blew up in 3, 4, 5, 6 months. And that's the difference. Anyway, let me get some more of this video going.
And there are some people that believe that message and that narrative so deeply that even when you produce medical fact, they don't want to believe it.
Nope.
Because
you can't even present modern women with the truth. You can't even present them with facts. Well, like I had, there was this one discussion a few weeks back, couple weeks back. I mean, dudes were hitting this woman with the facts and figures, and she was making up her own alternative facts, man. I couldn't believe it. She do the whataboutism. Instead of hearing what men like you and like me are saying, they come in here and they try to troll because it hurt them in their feelings. Ma'am, let me tell you, this channel ain't for you then. This is for women that have empathy toward men who are trying to be better and work on themselves, who want good women in their life. If you are a woman that respects and wants that to be, then you support this channel. If you believe in true equality, you support this channel. If you believe in men having a space to be able to talk about their issues and their feelings, even if it hurts feelings, then you support this channel. And if you don't, I have a block button. It's real easy. That's just one less comment I have to worry about. I don't mind having discussions with you ladies, but some of y'all don't want to listen to reason. Some of y'all just want to be angry. And I told you guys, gentlemen, this is really about you all tonight. Some of you guys want to be angry too. Let's tell the truth. Let's tell the truth. some of you guys are so hurt and so bitter at women that you have nothing but hate and vitriol for them. And maybe I'm the wrong channel for you for that reason. And I'm going to tell you why. I don't hate women. I don't hate black women. I love women's. What's that one dude? I love women's. Oh, I wish I could find that. Can I find that real quick? I love women's. Let's see if I can find it real quick. Is there? Ah, I'll find it. I'll have that clip queued up for next week. All right, I'll have it queued up for next week. But I love women. I'm not angry. I'm not even angry or bitter at the ones who have done me wrong. I'm not. And I've been done wrong. And they've tried to make me believe that I was a bad person, when all I've ever done was try to help them and make them better. Gaslighting me to feel like I'm the problem while they still have their unresolved issues going on until this day. But I don't hate them. And just because you gaslight me to make me think it's my fault, I don't have to subscribe to that. I don't have to put up with that. What did I say earlier? What have y'all been seeing in the comments? What have y'all been seeing in these chats? Today, on one of the posts, every guy was saying, just walk away. And that's what I do. I don't have to have you in my life. I am okay without you. If a woman isn't going to bring you peace, if a man in your life isn't going to bring you peace, not this fake ass peace, real peace, then you move on. Fold those cards and move on. Sometimes it's good to walk up and just go to another table. If you want to use the poker reference. But I'm not bitter. And I'm not angry. If anything, I'm kind of indifferent. Man, it don't affect me. If I shut this channel down right now, gents, I can promise you one thing. Even with the little few issues and problems I got to deal with, my life is good. It is. My life is dope, man. I have a lot of options, a lot of choices I can make. I have freedom. My life is good. I'm not even rich. My life is dope. People dream of being able to do the stuff I do. And I'm just getting started. You know, I say, let's get started. When I start the show, that's what I'm saying to you guys now. I'm just getting started on this. This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. So I don't have time to be bitter and angry at these women. Get that out your mind and get that out your heart. Because you, as a man, cannot move forward if you are operating in those feelings, in that hurt, in that anger. You will not be able to effectively get to the point that you are working on yourself. You cannot effectively get to the point that you can do your grind the way you need to do. You can't effectively get to your purpose, and you can't effectively live your best life. Let's continue. Jubin says, good, bad, and ugly. I'm here. Facts. Facts. I appreciate you, brother. Facts.
People have to believe that they don't need anybody. It's cool nowadays, socially, to claim you are independent. I did it all by myself. I'm solo. As if it's a brag to always struggle.
It's not a flex.
And be in survival mode and have to carry the burden on your own.
It's not a flex. You ladies think it's a flex Oh, I don't need nobody. I don't need no man to take care of me. You sound stupid. Y'all sound dumb. Yeah, I said it. It's not a flex. I've been living in other countries and I've seen very strong women. And if T Mac wasn't having the best time in Colombia right now, he'd probably be able to attest to this too. There are very strong women that live there. You want to say, oh, these poor women, y'all go over there and y'all try to take advantage of them. Man, and women are stronger than y'all. Facts. I didn't bring it up or talk about it or go nobody's show and talk about this yet because I was trying to process everything I saw while I was in Colombia and while I lived in Mexico. I was trying to process all this stuff. But the fact is, now that I think about it, those women have it much tougher than modern American women. And they are strong, stronger than our women here in the States. And yet, even though they have to be strong and they have to endure, their lives are not as bad as you think it is. But even though they have to endure, how is it that those strong women over there can still maintain their femininity, still be courteous, still be kind while being strong and while being independent? It is you, the modern American woman, who think that you don't need no man and you could do it by yourself and men are trash and men are this. You are the absolute weakest on the planet. And if I listen, I ain't got to deal with y'all. I don't. That's why I said my life is dope. I don't even see them. They don't affect me. But I've been there, gents. And that's why I report on these stories. That's why I talk about it. But when you get on your grind and your purpose, and we're going to talk about that, I got a special clip I saved for the end. But when you're on your grind and your purpose, man, these women can't affect you. That's why I got mad in the beginning. That's why I started off this live stream saying, why are you worried about them? I don't need no man. That's on you. I ain't going to play the rest of this. I'm sure it's really good. Maybe I might do a video on that later, because I do clip my live streams for later. Now, this woman here, I'm going to let this one play out. How long is this video? All right. It's a minute. I'm going to let it play out. I might stop it once, but I might stop it once. But this woman here in this next clip is going to explain to us, is going to also talk about this not needing a man phenomenon. Okay? She is also going to describe what's the real when it comes to women telling men that they don't need us. I'm gonna let you hear that. But before I get there, let me answer this comment. King says, bro, I had an ex tell me today about how hard it is to pay rent, the car note, the insurance, the credit card bills, the cell phone bills. She had to pay none of that. But she didn't bring peace and cooperation. Wow. She didn't have to pay none of it, but she talked about how hard it was to do it. And for all of paying for that, you got no peace and cooperation. She didn't have to pay none of this stuff. She didn't do none of that stuff. And yet and still she's complaining about something she knows nothing about. That right there, King, summarizes what men are dealing with the modern American women. Yes, some are out there doing it, but they got to beat their chest and do it. If you're going to do it, just do it and shut the hell up. Nobody cares. Hell, I go out here every day. Okay, you're strong and independent. Damn. You don't need me. Okay, cool. All right. My life is going to be exactly the same. Right? All right, Slim. I blame the Gen Xers for this. Why you gonna knock me, man? Why you gonna knock our community? I'm at the very trail end of Gen X, but I'm in Gen X. I'm in the Gen X community. We messed up, man. We messed up, man. Carl, we messed up. We did. You know, I think my mom would be the beginning of Gen X, the edge of Boomer, something like that. I mean, you got to think about what was going on during those period of times. I'm telling you guys, this is why it don't make sense. You want to be mad at us men, and y'all didn't do this and y'all didn't do that. It's like this was all strategically planned. It's all strategically planned. Go back to MLK. Go back to X. Go back to Medgar Evers. Go back to that period of time. Go back to Kennedy. There was big changes about to be made. And there was a concerted effort to say, now that there are no more of these leaders in the community, now that we've taken them out, we're going to make sure there is never, ever someone that can come and unify them again to be a better people. We're going to stop that. This was a concerted effort. And some of you women don't even know this. You don't even know your damn history, and you're sitting there arguing about men, but you don't even know how your man was taken from you, from your mom and from your grandmothers. You're sitting there arguing points, you don't know your damn history. Hell, some of you dudes don't even know your history. I saw a video of a dude the other day. They asked him a question. He got goals and stuff. Like, yeah, man. I was doing a little Wayne thing. Like, yeah, man, you know how it is, whatever. He said, okay. The dude asked him, he said, what is the third planet from the sun? And the dude was like, yeah, man, I don't know, man. You know, like, well, if it's third to the sun, it's got to be real hot. And this, that, and the third. You know, Neptune. I don't know. Like, it's like, no, it's Earth. Oh, man. Oh, the planet we on right now is a third from the sun. Oh, man. I didn't even know that. Bro, Carl, this is done on purpose, man. And it's sad. And as people have the internet where they have access to more knowledge, now our schools are being dumbed down even more. Because if you have a people that can think, then you have a people that will want change and will be more likely to revolt. And that can't happen. We are in the most technologically advanced knowledge age ever. So how do you disrupt that? You have people fighting with each other. You put out a lot of disinformation. You have people in their feelings, so they don't want to listen to facts. It's their feelings over facts. That's how you disrupt it. That was done to us. And it's being done to us en masse right now in this country. And in some cases, the world. So, yeah, man, we messed up. We should have been better about that, man. We should have been better. We should have been better, man. And Carl, some days it's hard doing this. You gents, some days it's hard doing this channel. It really is. It's a lot of work. But I now feel it a duty and a responsibility to just give at least one brother a little bit more knowledge than I had when I came up. If it's just one, and if one could reach two and two could reach four, then I'll beat the same goddamn drum over and over again to get this message out to as many people as possible. To make better men who make better decisions, who aren't bitter and in their feelings. Because if you're bitter, you're mad, and you're in your feelings, you're not going to be able to think rationally. And we need rational, stoic men for what's coming up. We need that. People call Passport brothers simps, and all them brothers are simps and whatever. Like, you know, the resourcefulness it takes for a man and the courage. Because most people are scared to leave where they're from. They're scared. Hell, I was nervous. Mexico, I didn't feel that bad about. Colombia, man, I was scared. I was scared. I didn't even realize I was scared. I had a little fear in my heart, yeah. Because we get pumped with the propaganda like, oh, like, don't get me wrong, every place in the world is dangerous. Most places in the world have some level of danger to them. But we can't operate in fear. If you operate in fear, you will never, ever be as effective as you can be operating from a place of strength within yourself. Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's doing what you need to do despite the fear. That's courage. And a lot of us don't have it because we have to break through what we've been taught in the matrix. So these talking points, man. The PBS series Making Black America showed clearly the struggles and success of blacks from the 1920s through the civil rights era, but most today want to write their own negative narrative. Absolutely, man. And listen, I took a little detour to talk about this point right here based on what was said, but this goes back to the article I just read about all these rappers that aren't here. Understand your history, and that doesn't happen to you. These successful rappers that are not in a position for those things to happen are the ones that understand their history, and then now they're working to get out of the game, that they control their own destinies. And that's what we have to do as men. That's why we can't operate in anger. We can't operate in fear. All right, next story. I rambled on about that. All right, so this woman is going to break it down to us about the truth about when women say this. She got me demonetized. Boom, facts. Did y'all catch that? These women out here popping off at the mouth saying, I don't need no man. I'm good. Most of them are not healed women. And this woman just said, listen, if you are operating still in your toxicity, you haven't done the work on yourself. Femininity is something that's conditional, not something that's natural. Then please, you don't need no man. Do not entertain a man. Work on yourself. I would give this exact same advice to a gent who is bitter and angry at women. I would give the exact same advice. If you are bitter and angry at women, you think getting a woman is going to make you less bitter and angry? She might stroke your head and stuff like that. But if you haven't worked on what the resentment is in your heart, you're not going to be a good dude for that woman. You're still broken. And let's tell the truth. Some of you guys are broken men expecting a woman to come in, give you femininity, fix and heal you. It's not the way it works, brother. Women need you to already come in fixed, healed, ready to go. Because a lot of them need that masculinity. You can't operate, you can't do that. So there's a lot of women out here spouting this ugly, nasty narrative and talking point who have work to do. And some of you men have to do that same work too. Same thing. Same thing, gents. Yo, you know why I respect her? I respect her. First of all, that's some real stuff. She said it in a way that was true. And women women will come here and argue with you guys, gents, argue with you all about how you feel, but they don't, and they'll go to her page and they'll argue with a woman like this and call her a pick me and this, that, and the third. But they don't go to these toxic women pages and argue with them. They don't. But I respect sis because she got that Superman thing going. You see what I'm saying? So, I'm already feeling her. I'm already feeling her. You know what I'm saying? I'm already rocking what she's talking about. So she's right. You got to do the work. You will get a reflection of who you are, not on what you portray on the outside, but who you truly are on the inside. All right. I'm gonna set up my next clip because we running through here. All right, we doing good on time. I got 2 more clips left. Now, you guys oh, did you guys not hear that last clip? Oh my God. Did I play that clip and you guys not hear it? I am so sorry. Let me go. Oh my God. I am an idiot. Did I play that clip and not have the volume on the whole time? I am so sorry. Hold on. I'll play it real quick. It's only a minute.
For quite some time, I've been saying that I feel like I don't need a man.
Oh my God. I messed up again. See, man, I need help. Your boy need an engineer in here.
For quite some time, I've been saying that I feel like I don't need a man, sis, you don't need a man, sis, none of us need a motherfucking man sentence needs context, and a lot of it. If you or another woman that you know is still healing from the heartbreaks of boyfriends past, have a bunch of open wounds that you refuse to acknowledge, let alone heal, or just don't have a good relationship with yourself at all, then no, you don't need a man, she don't need a man, y'all don't need no man. Correct.
Facts.
Because whether you want to hear this or not, truth of the matter is, until you start getting very honest with yourself and doing your inner work, every man that you pick up along the way is just going to be a reflection of the shitty-ass relationship that you have with yourself. So no, you don't need a man right now.
Nope.
But if you have a healthy relationship with yourself, and you are a grown heterosexual woman who wants a partner, wants somebody to build a family with, wants somebody to do life with at some point, you're going to need a man for that, sis.
All right. She's speaking facts, man. Sorry about that. Man, I keep doing that. I don't know why. Because when I set up these clips, I try to cut the volume off because it plays as soon as I click on it. So let me go ahead and bring myself back up here. I'm going to set up the next clip. This one is a real treat, guys. We're about to listen on this next clip from Andrew Tate. Now, I'm going to preface this clip. He's got a lot of crap, but, you know, a lot of guys listen to him because he is saying the quiet part out loud, and people don't want to be exposed to the truth. Now, we talked about earlier about why girls don't like nice guys. And one of the things I was going to tell you about is I'm not telling you guys to go out there and be players, and I'm not telling you guys to go out there and treat women badly. What we've been saying, and a lot of gents say in the comments and in the chats of these different live streams and these different videos, is that you have to be strong enough and masculine enough as a man not to let people put the okie doke on you. And that's a man or that's a woman. Andrew Tate is going to break it down. But something else I want you to notice about this clip when I play it is that what the women say. I want you guys to clue in on what the women say in this clip, because they are telling on themselves. And this is the argument that and the discrepancy and the disagreement that men have with modern women. So with that being said, let's get started. Oh, I almost did it again, gents. I almost did it again. There we go.
So the point is this. And girls, correct me if I'm wrong, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. All the TV shows women watch are just drama-filled, soap opera, someone fucked somebody, all the things
I got
they
demonetized
read in
on
the
that one.
magazines, all the things they care about on Twitter. Girls, to some level, are addicted to drama. And if you were to get a guy who's perfect for you on every level and you knew was 0% chance of him cheating on you.
Boring. Did you hear that? When she said that, the first one, they got more that they're going to be yelling out from the side. But the first thing, when she said, if a man who's not going to cheat on you, he's going to do all these things, he's going to take care of you, all these different things. The first thing these modern women blurted out, one of them blurted out, was boring. They don't care about your character. It's all about the excitement and how they feel. Feelings don't pay the bills. Love don't pay these bills either. But how you feel isn't what you build families upon. But let me back that up. I'm gonna back this thing up because I want you guys to hear that again. I'm gonna break it right about here. And we are going to play.
The magazines, all the things they care about on Twitter. Girls, to some level, are addicted to drama. And if you were to get a guy who's perfect for you on every level and you knew was 0% chance of him cheating on you, there you go. She just said it.
It's right there.
0% chance of him cheating on you. He's there for you no matter what. He has money. He ticks every box. You know what you do? You fuck some loser nobody for drama. Women are addicted to drama. So as a man, it is your job. It's your job to instill a little bit of drama in the relationship to keep it interesting.
Okay. That's the real right there. That's the real. Oh, man. That's the real right there. You as the man, this is not to say go out and do something heinous. Go ahead and go out and to do wrong against your woman or your girl, whatever that you love. But you as the man, understanding female nature, and a lot of guys just don't. Let's just be real about it. A lot of guys don't understand women. Sometimes I don't understand their ass, okay? But understanding female nature, understanding these modern women, understanding what is going on in society for women to be and feel the way they do. You have to be the one who is wise enough, stoic enough, to be able to understand what is going on and to be able to have that controlled chaos within your relationship. That she knows that you still make her tangle. You still make her excited. Now that's unsustainable for most men. And we're going to talk about that in a little bit. But you as the man have to have the controlled chaos. And unfortunately, it's getting to the point, especially if you date a modern woman, that she has to know that you are desired. I don't know why, but they want to know that you're still desirable, because no woman wants a man that nobody wants, or nobody would want, or nobody's thinking highly of. It don't make her tangle. It don't make her want you. And maybe that's a toxic trait. I don't know. But you have to be smart, wise enough, stoic enough to be able to have that controlled chaos, to be able to keep things in balance. Because if not, you're going to get responses like this from women like that. Boring, boring, not good enough. And as soon as somebody else come along that gives her just a little bit more tangle on her dangle, okay? A lot of these women are willing to walk away for that because they think they got better. They can do better than you. Pardon me, gents. I'm so sorry about that. Okay? And it's sad that it has to be that way. It's sad. Are there women out there that want a good guy, whatever? Yeah, man, they do. But you better be a type of man that she can respect. You have to be. They got a damn train in the background. This is the why I hate filming at night. All right. Let me get it back to the video. Let's finish this up. Actually, I'm going to bring it back to about here.
He's there for you no matter what. He has money. He ticks every box. You know what you do? You fuck some loser nobody for drama. Women are addicted to drama. So as a man,
they laughing about it.
It's your job. It's your job to instill a little bit of drama in the relationship.
Controlled chaos.
Because if you don't, she'll bring the drama. But if I bring the drama, I control it, right? So if I have to fuck a bitch to keep you happy, I'm a good man.
He's toxic.
And I'll do it for you. I'm toxic. Yeah, I'm toxic. But what I'm saying is true.
Wait. So now they're saying, well, if a dude go out there, this is not me condoning you going out there, gents, and trying to be with another woman just to be able to control the chaos, if you will. All right. But this is why you can't get comfortable in relationships. You have to still feel like you have to work for her. Just like she has to, if she respects you, she's going to continue to work for you. She's going to continue to try to please you. And you have to continue to try to please her. But you as the man, if you really love your woman, controlled chaos. She has to know that you're still desirable. So that she continues to want you. That she continues to want to be with you. That she don't run out and think she can get better from another dude. She needs to feel content where she's at. And some of you guys get comfortable in these relationships and you slack off. I know, I've been there. And we're going to talk about that toward the end. We're going to talk about that. Okay? But let's finish this video out. My sister's cat is trying to get in this room.
Because if you don't, she'll bring the drama. But if I bring the drama, I control it, right? So if I have to fuck a bitch to keep you happy, I'm a good man.
He's toxic.
I cannot monetize this video.
I'm toxic. Yeah, I'm toxic. But what I'm saying is true. What part of that is a lie?
I think I do like.
Watch this.
I think I am attracted to a lot of toxic.
See? There we go.
Look at that. Look at that. Boom. Did y'all get that at the end? One woman on that whole panel had to be real and be like, yeah, I kind of, they don't want their men to cheat on them. They don't. But if they have that drama and that toxicity, okay. Right? Yancey Barnes, much love. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much, Yancey. Man, thank you for being here on tonight's live stream, bro. I'm going to continue to come with this fire, man. We need to continue to talk about this, man, until we get it. Until we get it in our heads, gents, I'm going to continue to bring this kind of stuff up. I'm going to continue to talk about it. One brave woman, maybe it was a slip of the tongue, but she admitted that, yeah, you know, I like dudes that can get it. So I was going to tell you guys part of my rant, and I saved it for this part of the video, but part of what I was going to tell you guys is some of you guys are too damn nice. Some of you guys aren't willing to keep yourself up and keep working on yourself such that it's not that you're going to cheat on your woman. And I don't think you should do it. I'm just telling you, it's just not a good road to go down. But she has to know you are desired by other women. She has to know that. She doesn't feel that see, men, we feel we have unique women when they have low body counts. We feel we have unique women when she is bringing her love to us. We have unique women when they are willing to dress appropriately and not show all the goods to everybody. But when it comes time to be intimate with us, we get all of it. All that loving is ours. On the flip, she has to know that you are desirable too, because that makes her desire you that much more. All right? So I'm going to be bringing up the last clip here. Where are we at on time? Damn, we're doing good on time tonight. All right, gents, this one here. Now, this last clip from my clips tonight, it's hard watching this clip a little bit, but this is a clip from Kevin Samuels talking about men that are on their grind and on their purpose. Now, there's part of what he's talking about is where I make my closing argument to you all out there, to the gents out there. And even beyond the grave, Kevin Samuels' words, shout out to Kevin Samuels, rest in peace, rest in power, brother. The only man out there advocating for marriage, but yet women hated him. I don't even advocate for marriage. I do advocate for those people who are married, and I do advocate for those people in long-term loving relationships, but I don't advocate for marriage as it is currently constructed today. Kevin Samuels did, but they hated him. He was hated for what he had to say. It's okay, because he was speaking truth. He was speaking truth to try to help people. I would do the same. I won't try to be him. I'm not him. But I'm saying it is important that we hear this as gentlemen. And this is how I'm going to close out these videos for the night. I always talk about on this channel about men working on themselves, being on their grind, getting their money up, being on their purpose, following their purpose and acting their plans so that they can live their best life. I stand by that. That will always be the motto of this channel because I fully believe in it and I practice it myself. All right? So Kevin Samuels is going to speak to us and we'll get into it at the end of this. I'm actually going to let this one play out all the way.
You think a man can motivate a woman to do or be X, Y, Z?
Yes, and vice versa.
And vice versa.
Yes.
But what's missing from that calculus is, let's take it out of relationship. Basically, if you got the money and the credit rating to afford a Bentley, you're not going to go get a car you got to repair.
Ooh.
And we've told women that men should accept men who go out here and work 60, 70, 80 hours, putting in the work in the field, in the office, in the studio, trying to get out here to separate themselves from the competition. I don't have time to come on and try to motivate you to take your ass to the gym when you know that's what I want in the first place.
Hold on real quick. I don't know if that's just the stream king, but nothing is muted. I'll play it one more time because it's still that good to play again. But yeah, nothing is muted. Everything looks good. Internet is up. So I'll try one more time.
You think a man can motivate a woman to do or be XYZ?
Yes. And vice versa.
And vice versa.
Yes.
But what's missing from that calculus is, let's take it out of relationship. Basically, if you got the money and the credit rating to afford a Bentley, you're not gonna go get a car you got to repair. And we've told women that men should accept men who go out here and work 60, 70, 80 hours, putting in the work in the field, in the office, in the studio, trying to get out here to separate themselves from the competition. I don't have time to come on and try to motivate you to take your ass to the gym when you know that's what I want in the first place.
So you guys can read the words on the screen. I'm sorry if you couldn't hear it. On my other stream playing, I can hear the sound, so I don't know what happened. Sorry about that. But what Kevin was trying to relay to us, gents, he was basically saying that if you are a man that is putting in the work, putting in the time, putting in the effort, putting in the effort, you are building yourself up to be the type of man that other men want to be and women want to be around and people want to be in your group, in your circle. If you've done that and you're working more than the average person does, more than 40 hours, 60 hours, 80 hours, you're putting in that grind and you're putting in that work. Why would a man who could afford, he used a card reference saying, if I can get a Bentley, why would I accept a Pinto? Now we can sit here and say, well, rich people buy cheap cars all the time, whatever. That is true. So that they can be frugal and save. You could also say that rich men will pull up a beautiful woman that's working at McDonald's and make her his queen. That does happen. But it's to say that that man has options. And if that man desires a woman that is going to be fit, feminine, cooperative, and submissive, that man gets it. And how is a woman going to say that, well, when I come in there, I'm going to make his life better? That man was a self-made man before you came into the equation. And without you, he will still be a successful man unless you try to take what's his. It's the only way. That man don't need you. There are a lot of women. That dude's options are relatively limitless. So that means if you're that type of man, gents, if you're doing the work and you're doing the grind and you make yourself that indispensable man, a woman has to get on your program or you need to leave her alone. And some of you guys don't know how to do that. You guys will be out there trying to work and grind and hustle, and you will allow a woman to dictate your program when you're the one out there putting in the time, effort, and work. And if I'm wrong, why is it when I did video on this channel where you had women talking about, I don't want to work no more? Women don't want to work until they freaking die. That's what us men usually do. So if you are operating your program the way it is supposed to go, you are on your grind, purpose, and hustle. You do not hold animosity in your heart toward these women because you too focused on your grind and purpose. Then don't accept anything less than everything that you deserve. Here, TSG Uncut, the gents here that's doing the work, Find you a woman that's an asset, not a liability. We don't deal in liabilities. Liabilities will hold us back. One of the reasons that I'm able to do what I do full time is because I've gotten rid of my liabilities, or I'm very close to having very little liabilities. At least none that I've created for myself. Let's put it that way. I have to deal with some other people's stuff, but as far as me, I've tried to eliminate all the liabilities in my life. I need someone who will be an asset to me and what I am trying to build and accomplish for my family. And if you can't do that and bring that to me, I am willing to leave. I am willing to walk out. Because my purpose and my purpose for my family is bigger than someone who is going to bring me drama and isn't going to feed into me being the best version of me. And if you aren't operating on that program, gents, you need to get on it. So when these women talk about they don't need a man, they strong, single, independent, and all these dang things. If you on your grind and your purpose, that don't concern you. You're focused on the wrong things. Focus on what I told you. Focus on investing in you. And if you are seriously investing in you and putting in the work and consistent, you too will live your best life. All right. All right, gents. We're at that part where I am going to ask you guys question of the day. In your opinion, what is the biggest problem plaguing the Black community today? And what can we do to fix it? Now, listen, if you guys are here watching, maybe you're not Black, white, whatever, you might not feel comfortable chiming in. The other question is, what can we do to fix this disparity amongst men and women today? That's the question for everybody. And specifically for my people with melanated skin, what is the biggest problem plaguing our community? What can we do to fix it? It may be a complicated response, but this is something we should all be thinking about. My response to that is I can only control what I can control. So my plan, my purpose is to work really hard, set my family up in the future, and then teach them how to do what I do on some level or some scale, such that they can teach their children and their children can teach their children. And if every household had this mindset of growth, of investment, of assets, and not accepting liabilities, if every house took that personal responsibility and accountability, that is how we make change. And if you got people in your life that aren't willing to do that, tell them why you about to kick them out of their life. Almost shame them for it. So that hopefully that they can make the changes in their life too. That they can say, wow, that person said that person did exactly what they said they was going to do. They was about their business. Maybe I should be looking to do the same thing. Because when you become rich and you become famous and people start to know you, right now this channel is small. I plan to grow this channel to be bigger. And I ain't going to forget where I came from. But when people ask me, how did you do it? I want you guys to remember this video right here. Because here I am talking about, as a man, taking responsibility and accountability of myself for me and my family, so that we can grow and we can be the best we can. If every family took that same, if you had someone in every family or a couple people in every family doing the same thing. And the other thing I'm doing is networking with other brothers so that, hey, I got a little knowledge on this, I'm going to teach you. You have a little knowledge on this, you teach me. And if we're sharing this knowledge, which is why it is so good to have a lot of manosphere channels that we talk about these men's issues, because if we are sharing and we are teaching each other, and that's why I love in my comments people that leave their personal stories. Thank you guys. Thank you for sharing your stories. Even people that have left embarrassing stories about things they've done in the past. Thank you for sharing your story with us because it makes us all better. It does. For people that want to learn and be better, those stories make us better, especially the OGs. You know, I'm considered an OG now, but I'm talking about the OGs, okay? The OGs, the triple OGs, okay? When they leave their stories, I am grateful. Where I grew up from, down in NOLA, man, you had them old dudes like, come here, young brother. Come here, young fella. Come here. Let me tell you something. You can look at some of them dudes and not respect them, but I never not listened. Even the king can learn from the fool. Even the king can learn from a fool. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat real quick. What's lacking is commitment and sacrifice. Absolutely, King. And King, something else, right? I did that. You remember that YouTube short I did with Denzel Washington? I have a lot of quotes from Denzel and different things that I live by. But one of the ones that I've been quoting recently is, oh my God, people, music's so loud here. Without commitment, you'll never start. Without consistency, you'll never finish. And that summarizes, I thought about my life and my career and how I got through things. And I said, man, being committed to the task and being consistent in learning, in my actions, in growth, and being better, being consistent on the things that make you successful, and time. Man, this channel was nothing, man. It's been growing by leaps and bounds, and that's all because of you guys. Because I've been consistent. What did you say, King, earlier? I said every Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. What do I have up? I have a community post. Every now and then I've missed it, but I've been real consistent over the last couple months. And since I've been real consistent with my videos, with my scheduling times, they might fluctuate a little bit based on when people are on YouTube the most. I try to post around those times, right, to get the most boost. But King will attest to this. I've been so much consistent lately. And in this little couple months, 2-3 months that I've been really consistent, the channel has made its biggest leaps, bound, and growth. I left Mexico in July. So it is now November. So 4 months ago, okay? 4 months ago, about 4 months ago, I had 1,500 subscribers. And now we are 4 months into it. And in 4 months, I am currently almost at 2,500. Let's call it 24 and split the difference. 2450. Okay. 2450. All right. I went from 1,500 to 2450. I've almost gained another 1,000 subscribers in 4 months. That is because of you guys. You guys make me continue to push and do this. And because of it, I try to up my game and be more consistent to I've changed up the way I do my videos. I like doing comedy, man. I like throwing in a few laughs in there. Because that's what I love. And I couldn't figure out how to do my channel and not have the comedy and make it too silly, but to take the comedy and emphasize the points that I want you guys to know. And you guys told me that was good. And so I'm going to continue to bring that heat. I'm going to continue to bring that fire. I'm going to continue to talk about these things, man. All right? So I appreciate you guys. Tor Billing, we need the Lord Jesus Christ. Man, we need... Listen, man. The word says, he that is in you is stronger than he that is in the world. Right? The Bible, the word talks about the spirit dwelling within you, which means God is within you. If you said that back in the day, you would have been a heretic and they would have took you out. You're like, wait, you wrote it in the book. You wrote it in the book. Well, they didn't have books back in the day, but I'm saying, so everything you need is in you, Tor Billion. Everything you need is inside of you. People have, God is within them, but people lack faith. And faith requires you to work, to do what you got to do what you said you believe in. You know, like some of the most successful people say that you have to project and you have to see yourself as the person that you want to be. You have to already see that person and you have to walk in his shoes already as if you already are that person. And those are the people that are the most successful. Because all their actions are like they've already are the person they say they're going to be. So to me, I'm not going to sit here and say, we need OJC. If you believe in that, JC is within you. Christ is within you. I'm not religious. I'm spiritual, but I do know the word. I know it well enough that I can tell you with a certainty that you have everything you need. People lack faith. People lack conviction. People lack commitment. People lack consistency. Except the Lord built the house, they labor in vain that build it. Except the Lord keep the city, the watchman waketh, but in vain. But again, if God is within you, okay, you have God within you, you can make things happen. People are making excuses. People are walking around with no faith. So anybody who tell you otherwise is just cap. There's a faithless people. They don't believe in anything but the mighty dollar. What you can do for them monetarily. What can you do for them in the physical? While they got empty souls. Okay? So it is what it is, man. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you guys continue, hit that subscribe button. If you are not a subscriber of this channel, we also have the Instagram, which I'm going to be a little bit more active on. I'm going to try to be better with my Instagram. I also have the TikTok. All of them are TSG_uncut. If you have any videos, you have any clips or anything like that you want me to see, make sure you send that to me. It's better to send it to me through the Instagram or whatever. I also have a Twitter, right? But Instagram is probably the best way to send it. Also have the email, thesensationaljen@gmail.com. And again, if you have any video clips you want me to look at, I'll try to do them. I would love to do reaction videos or response videos to things that I think are worthy to talk about. Send them to me. I appreciate that. So, gents, I appreciate you guys tonight. I hope you guys have a blessed rest of your week. And I'm going to get up out of here. But until next time, live your best life.